What did ancient humans do when someone got pregnant? Imagine you're living 20,000 years ago. No hospitals, no doctors, no pregnancy tests, no baby showers, no maternity wards. One day, a woman in your tribe realizes something is different. Her monthly cycle doesn't come. Certain foods suddenly make her sick. Her body begins to change. Everyone knows what that means. A baby is coming. But here's the question. How did ancient humans handle pregnancy when modern medicine didn't exist? How did mothers survive? How were babies born? And what happened when something went wrong? The answers might surprise you, because despite having no technology, our ancestors developed ways of caring for pregnant women that helped humanity survive for thousands of generations. Discovering the pregnancy today. A pregnancy test can give an answer in minutes. Ancient humans had no such luxury. At first, they simply observed. People noticed patterns. A woman's monthly cycle stopped. She felt nauseous. She became unusually tired. Certain smells suddenly became unbearable. Over thousands of years, humans learned to recognize these signs. Remember, ancient people weren't stupid. They didn't understand hormones or genetics, but they understood experience. They had seen countless pregnancies before. When the signs appeared, the community usually knew what was happening. A new member of the tribe was on the way, and that mattered a lot, because in a world where many people died young, every baby represented the future. Many people imagined pregnant women spending months resting. For most ancient humans, that wasn't possible. Life required constant work. Food didn't come from supermarkets. It had to be found every day. Pregnant women often continued gathering fruits, roots, nuts, and edible plants. They prepared meals, made clothing, collected firewood, cared for older children, maintained shelters. In many hunter-gatherer societies studied today, pregnant women remain active for much of their pregnancy. Of course, they likely avoided some of the most dangerous tasks, but survival demanded contribution from nearly everyone. A tribe couldn't simply pause because someone was expecting a child. Yet something important happened. As pregnancy progressed, other members often helped more. Humans are unusual because we cooperate, and that cooperation became critical. Here's something fascinating. Some scientists believe grandmothers help make humans successful. This idea is called the grandmother hypothesis. Think about it. Most animals reproduce until near the end of their lives. Humans are different. Women often live decades after having children. Why? One theory suggests older women increase the survival chances of grandchildren. A grandmother could gather food, watch children, share knowledge, help pregnant women, and assist during childbirth. Imagine being a first-time mother 20,000 years ago. Who would you trust most? Probably someone who had already given birth multiple times. Older women became living libraries of knowledge. They knew what had worked before, and that knowledge could mean the difference between life and death. Pregnancy was dangerous. Modern pregnancy can still be challenging. Ancient pregnancy was far more dangerous. Infections were common. Malnutrition was a constant threat. There were no antibiotics, no emergency surgeries, no blood transfusions. Even a small complication could become deadly. And human childbirth has a unique problem. Human babies have very large brains. That means large heads. At the same time, humans evolved to walk upright. This changed the shape of the pelvis. The result? Human birth became much more difficult than in many other animals. A deer can stand shortly after birth. Human babies arrive helpless, and getting them into the world safely isn't easy. For ancient mothers, every birth carried significant risk. As the due date approached, preparations likely began. Different groups had different traditions. Some may have prepared special sleeping areas. Others may have gathered herbs or supplies. Experienced women probably stayed close. The tribe understood that childbirth could happen at any time. Unlike many animals, humans often require assistance during labor. Researchers believe human births may have frequently involved helpers. This cooperation could have improved survival rates. When labor began, support was often nearby. Not doctors, not nurses, but family, friends, and experienced mothers. Now imagine the moment finally arrives. Labor begins, hours pass, then more hours. Human childbirth can be incredibly long. Painful contractions continue. The mother pushes, helpers encourage her. They provide water, comfort, guidance. Many traditional societies use upright positions during labor, squatting, kneeling, or sitting. These positions can use gravity to assist birth. Eventually, if everything goes well, the baby appears. A new human enters the world. The cries of a newborn fill the air. After months of waiting, the tribe has gained another member, but the hardest part may still be ahead: keeping the baby alive. Ancient infancy was dangerous. Babies are fragile. They need constant care, warmth, food, protection. Human babies require more attention than many animals. A newborn cannot walk, cannot feed itself, cannot defend itself, breastfeeding became essential. Mother's milk provided nutrition and protection against disease. Meanwhile, the community often helped. Relatives carried babies, watched them, protected them, shared food with nursing mothers. This group effort gave children a better chance of surviving. Without cooperation, human civilization might never have existed. When things went wrong, unfortunately, not every pregnancy ended happily. Miscarriages occurred. Complications happened. Mothers sometimes died during childbirth. Babies sometimes didn't survive. These tragedies were common throughout human history. Ancient people didn't fully understand why, but they experienced loss just as we do today. Archaeologists have discovered ancient graves containing mothers and infants buried together. These discoveries remind us of the risks our ancestors faced. Every successful birth represented a victory against enormous odds. In every surviving child was precious. Why humans became different. Here's the amazing part. Humans didn't survive because we were the strongest animals. We weren't the fastest. We didn't have claws. We didn't have fangs. What made us special was cooperation. Pregnancy wasn't handled by one person alone. Children weren't raised by one person alone. Entire communities participated. That teamwork allowed human populations to grow. Knowledge was passed from generation to generation. Families became larger. Societies became more complex. And eventually, civilizations emerged. In a way, every city, every country, and every piece of technology today can trace its roots back to ancient communities helping pregnant mothers and newborn babies survive. So what did ancient humans do when someone got pregnant? They observed. They adapted. They shared knowledge. They worked together. Without hospitals, they relied on experience. Without doctors, they relied on community. Without modern science, they relied on generations of accumulated wisdom. And despite the dangers they faced, those methods worked often enough for humanity to survive. Because every person alive today descends from an unbroken chain of successful pregnancies stretching back thousands of generations. Think about that. If just one of those pregnancies had ended differently, you wouldn't be here, and neither would anyone else watching this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more fascinating stories from humanity's past.